I want to take you through a quick and easy seamless makeup application. We're going to start with our serum primer, which is a multi-use product. The serum in that it nourishes and hydrates and feeds your skin throughout the day, and the primer being that it helps to hold your makeup on better. It helps it to go on really beautifully and smoothly. All we need is a couple of drops of this first into the palm of the hand, 2 drops, rub into the palms, and then press over the face, all over, except just avoiding around the eye area. And you can definitely use serum primer around the eye area, but I would recommend using it for its nourishing benefits at night and avoiding using it around the eye area during the day underneath your foundation, because it's super nourishing, as is the concealer foundation. And so we don't want to overload the delicate skin around the eye area. So leaving the serum free around the eye area is going to help your concealer foundation stay on crease free and not overload that skin around the eyes. So that's all pressed in. Then we're going to take concealer foundation, and I've got 2.0 here at the moment, and I'm going to take about 1/3 of a pea size and pop that onto the back of my hand. Just a little bit goes a really long way, so you don't need much at all. And by applying it from the pot with your diffuser brush is actually going to use a lot more product than you need. It's going to gobble up into the brush and you'll end up washing half of that down the sink. So popping it onto the back of your hand and applying from there is going to make this pot last for a very long time. And a little bit does really go a long way. This is a super densely pigmented product, so you only need the tiniest amount and it will diffuse beautifully onto the face. And a little pot like that should last at least 2 months, using every day as your concealer and foundation. And most people find it lasts a lot longer than that as well. So with that on the back of your hand, you're going to go gently and pick up the product. The tiny little fibers are created to reach the entire surface area of your skin. So whether you have pores or fine lines, this is going to cover the entire surface of the skin, and you want that to happen really gently. So we don't want to be packing a bunch of product on and then trying to chase it around the face to rub it in. We want to pick up a small amount and then, starting from the inside of the face, just buff it lightly outwards. Little circular motions, and I'm not pressing too hard at all, and a little skin massage is actually quite good for your skin. So you don't need to press too hard. Having that serum primer as your primer to soften the skin and create a little bit of glide really helps as well. You don't necessarily need a moisturizer under your serum primer. It can act as your moisturizer. For extra dry days though, you might want to pop your moisturizer on out of the shower, let it fully sink in, then apply your serum primer to help your makeup application. So going around in circular motions. I like to go from the inside of the face outwards and blending that as you go. And what you want is to see the buildup of color and coverage on the face, but you don't want to see a bunch of texture swiping around that you have to try and chase around and push into the skin. That means you've got too much on there and you just need to ease back. So I'm still only using the tiniest amount, but you can see that my skin is starting to look smoother and more even. And the concealer foundation has some beautiful ingredients to work over time to soften the visible appearance of fine lines and wrinkles as well. So it's going to help your skin just get better and better. Therefore, you'll need less and less coverage. And so those areas where there's a little bit of discoloration, I've got a lot of pigmentation from the sun, I'm going to go in with my fingertips and just tap a little bit more in place to cover that up. And I've got a bit doozy of a spot over here, so I'm going to tap a little bit of extra in there. And then what you want to do is just leave your face alone. We all have a tendency to touch our face unconsciously, and leaving it alone will help the beautiful oils and butters in the concealer foundation soak into your skin and nourish your skin over time. If you touch it too soon, then it's likely to slide and transfer off, which we don't want. We want it to stay in place. So using the fingertips will help you create a fuller coverage. We're going to press that in around the eye area, into the corner of the eye and underneath. And gently using the fingertips is great because it warms up the product, helps to press it into that delicate skin, and you're not wiping. You don't want to pull and tug on that delicate eye skin. So just press it in place, and it's really crease resistant, which is fantastic. You don't need a powder underneath. Powders under the eyes can actually create more fine lines and wrinkles and be a little bit aging. So just pop this up underneath the brow bone as well. We don't want to go onto the lid because we're going to put a Radiance Moon on the lid to brighten up the eyelid, but just evening out the skin tone on the brow bone with your concealer foundation helps to create a nice canvas. I've already gone and done my brows and my lashes. I'm just going to finish off the eye with a little bit of Radiance Moon. Radiance you can use directly with your fingertips from the pot. This is actually quite helpful because it warms up the product. Always use clean fingers though. Warms up the product in the pot to pop on to your skin. The reason that Radiance is a little bit firmer than most other cream products is because I wanted it to melt into the skin as opposed to soften when it gets hot, when the air gets hot. So it's not going to stay sticky and tacky on your face. And we want the pigments to stay in place. So we're just going to tap a little bit onto the lid and then a bit into the corner of the eye. And same with the other side. And then we can also use it as a highlight, a little gentle highlight on the cheekbone as well. It's not going to be that waxy, gray, sheeny, sparkly look that you can come across sometimes. It's actually just really subtle. And so it hits the light beautifully without looking overdone. We want to avoid taking that up onto the brow bone. In old school, you'd go up and around here, but we've just put our concealer foundation up there. We want to keep it quite subtle and not too highlighted because we want to bring the eyelid out. We don't want to bring the brow bone out any further. So just keeping it to the lid only and then to the cheekbone. And then going with Crush. Crush is a beautiful color. It's super versatile. Can look a little bit scary to some who aren't used to a deeper color, but it's actually very, very versatile in that you can really sheer it out to just a slight stain, or you can layer it for an intense berry color. So I'm going to go really sheer on the cheeks. Just a little bit, patting it in, and then going with a clean fingertip to blend that out. And this color was formulated to be the same sort of blood color that comes in around the neckline. And so it helps to create a cohesive look throughout the face and bringing that natural blood color back up into the cheeks. It suits most skin tones. In fact, it suits all skin tones because it is based on that blood color, and we've all got that undertone in our skin. So this is beautiful on everyone. It also makes your eyes pop as well, which is a bonus. It's great for blue eyes, great for green eyes, and great for brown eyes. So really subtle in the cheeks. And then we can go a little bit more intense on the lip. And layering it little by little, you can get quite a strong color, which is really beautiful, especially for special occasions or when you feel like more of a statement lip. And it's nice and nourishing too. It doesn't have a scent, doesn't have a taste, and it feels beautiful on the lips. So there you have a really quick and easy look using only a few products: serum primer, concealer foundation, cheek lip tint, crush, and radiance moon.